go. Come on, something. Come on. Ah! Swing and a miss.
There's a lot of fun.
Don't throw it wide.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
These two perennial playoff teams in the SMB3 era know each other like the backs of their hands. With a pitching-first mindset and timely hitting, tonight's fighters simply will not give in to one another. It's weaver4prez and Dwyenne, the founders of the booth, in the most significant meeting of their history. The Catella Crazies, the South Jersey Pine Sox. This is Match of the Week.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the XBL, the Cross-Platform Baseball League. I'm Floribel, your play-by-play announcer, and tonight's showdown of this Broadcaster Bowl might leave this booth a little more empty than usual, but rest assured, this matchup is not one you want to miss. This classic rivalry between weaver4prez and Dwyenne is coming at you in just a few moments. At this moment, our two challengers should be getting ready to queue up for Game 1 of this series, where we will find out who will have home field advantage in Game 1, which may be the key for these two players. The Crazies are 8-5 at home, whereas the Pine Sox are 7-6 at home. So both of these teams are over 500 in their home games, over that 500 average, while they struggle a bit more when playing away. Now, this could lead viewers to think that this would be easily called as a split between these two seasoned players, but you know that this is the XBL, and anyone can beat anyone anytime. So with the Pine Sox taking on the Crazies here in this late season series, we're starting to look at that postseason picture. The Catella Crazies are sitting at 2 games over 500, looking to lock in a postseason spot. 17 wins would put the Crazies right around that 500 area. If you get 17 wins, the worst you can do is 17-17, meaning you would secure a 500 average. And with that 500 average, a postseason slot is pretty much a lock at that point. Crazies right now sitting at 14-12. 14 wins should be enough to net the Crazies a postseason berth. However, they haven't been able to officially lock that down just due to how tight the race is at this moment in time. In fact, those final postseason spots most likely won't be locked down until the very last week of play. So if you're out there, XBL players, get those games in. We do not want to see a bunch of games being played on that very final weekend in the rush to the finish. Meanwhile, on the other side, we got the Pine Sox with Dwyenne sitting at 4 games under 500 at 11-15. Pine Sox only have 8 more games left to play this season, and that includes this series tonight between Dwyenne and weaver4prez. And so the Pine Sox are on the, I want to say on the outside looking in. That's just at the moment. At 11 wins and 8 games left to play, there is definitely more than enough room for the Pine Sox to squeeze in there and maybe even secure higher than the 12 seed, perhaps an 11-10, maybe even a 9 seed at this moment in time. For the XBL, the top 12 teams in the regular season advance to the postseason. Everybody else, the bottom 6 teams at that point, are left out of the postseason. So a lot is riding on this series right now. Game 1 between the Crazies and the Pine Sox should be getting underway in just a few moments, folks. Stay with us. And it looks like the home field advantage for Game 1 here goes to weaver4prez and the Crazies. Shaka Sports Turf, the largest baseball park in the game of Super Mega Baseball 3. You can see a very full crowd there in this heated rivalry for game number 1. All that purple in the crowd showing how many crazy fans came out for game number 1 between the Pine Sox and the Crazies. The first pitch from Mimiyoshi, just a bit outside, taken by Chuck Uponce. That one a check swing down the middle. The 1-1 here to Uponce. Swung on and ripped up the middle. That's a base hit to start this game off. So top of the first inning, Pine Sox leadoff runner is aboard. Amanda Hugginkiss steps up to the plate. Hugginkiss is 269 so far on this season. Oh, a bit of a bat wave there. Taking that pitch all the way, and it was just a bit inside. That one finds the strike zone, evens the count up at 1-1. The pitch swung on, lifted to center field. Should be plenty of time for the center fielder of the Crazies, Cooper. Connie Cooper out there in center makes the catch for out number 1. So top of the first inning, runner on first, 1 out here for the number 3 batter, Junior Dong. Favors the low pitch. Runner takes off from the Pine Sox. Weaver holding on to the ball there with Mimeyoshi. He's able to toss it to second, get the tag out there for out number 2. So just like that, the bases are now empty with 2 outs for Junior Dong. Swings at that one out of the zone, dribbles it foul. 2 outs and nobody on here. The 1-1 from Oshie, just a bit high on that curveball. The 2-1. Swung on, and that's going to find grass in right field. Will the right fielder be able to cut it off with a dive? No, it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Could be 3 here for the Pine Sox. And that's a 2-out triple right there for the Pine Sox. With 2 outs here, they did throw away that runner at first. So unfortunate for them there that they weren't able to get an RBI triple out of that one. But still, a runner in scoring position for the cleanup batter, B-Bopper. Swing and a miss there on the high fastball. The 1-1 from Oshie, taken low. Runner on third here with 2 outs. The 2-1. Swung on, defending the plate, drives it foul towards the dugout. Evens up the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got her with 100 miles per hour on the heater. That was an intense top of the first, and now we head to the bottom of the first inning. Gannon Weeks to lead things off here against Onus Weeb. No four-seamer in this starter's arsenal. Cutter, changeup, curve. The 2-0. Swung on and grounded towards Linguini, who picks it up, throws it to Bopper at first. That's out number 1. Connie Cooper looking to get things started here for the Crazies. 3 pitches thrown so far by Weeb here in the bottom of the first inning. Nothing. Cutter on the outside corner, taken for a strike. Good pitch there from Weeb, who the 3-pitch arsenal, and that one is ripped past the diving glove at Dong at third base. A 1-out single there for the Crazies. They have their first base runner up this game. Brings up Boozy Manga, batting .308 on the season with 2 homers. Also favors the low pitch, like the batter did for the Pine Sox in the previous inning. A lot of speed on the bag at first. We'll see if Weaver tries to send that runner, so that one is tapped foul. 0-2 is the count. Takes that cutter inside. Weeb with low velo, low junk, low accuracy. The runner does take off on the curveball. Perfect pitch to do it on. Safe. Throw just a bit late there at second, so 2-2. Should have been foul. Runner in scoring position here with 1 out for Manga. Gets a piece of that one outside of the zone, foul. Gonna stay with that low changeup this time. Manga stays still as a statue. The payoff pitch. Ripped to deep left field. Upont's going back. Will stop in front of the warning track. That big outfield here in Shaka. Weaver thinks about going to third there and thinks twice about it. Heads back to second. So the runner holds up there after the deep fly ball to left field. 2 outs, a runner on second here for Barles Sharkley. Curveball finds the outside part of the plate for a strike. Still flirting with that outside corner. Cutter swung on and missed. Gonna do it again. Big check swing there from Barles Sharkley, and it's just a bit outside. The 1-2 is weakly tapped towards Linguini. More action for her. Tosses it to first, and that is out number 3. So already some big action there in the first, but we stay scoreless. Hugh Jazz coming up to bat. Swing and a miss there on the first pitch of the second. The 0-1 is grounded towards Bubson. Picks it up, throws it to first. That's out number 1 here in the top of the second inning. Linguini up to bat, up against Mimeyoshi. Good strike there on the outside corner. The curveball finding that location. The 0-1, just a bit high. Couldn't repeat it. The 1-1 is swung on and drilled to right field. 98 power on the swing, but right at Boozy Manga there in right field. Out number 2. Anita Cervais is stepping up, the utility player. Having a decent season here with those stats, considering it's all speed and very limited power and contact. A 247 average there. No home runs yet. The 1-1 swung on and weakly lifted towards shallow center field. It's going to be a hustle for anybody. Some miscommunication there between Cooper and the right fielder. It is Cooper who ends up making the play, making the catch at the shoelaces. A 1-2-3 inning there. Pine Sox go down in order. Now it's the Crazies up in the bottom of the second, looking to take game 1 here at home. Onus Weeb. That one is ripped, but foul down the third base line. Chibanchi Dinkmelli has been a star for the Crazies in his debut season. The 1-2, just a bit inside. Weeb wanted the call. The high changeup is taken there by Dinkmelli. The full count. Cutter on the outside outside corner, ring him up. What a pitch there from Onus Weeb. Not much you can do against that. So the first out of the inning is a looking strikeout. Brings up Simon Bombaclat, who has good contact versus lefties, of which Onus Weeb is one. The 0-1 is driven to deep right field. Got just under that pitch. Hit all the way to the moon, but caught in front of the warning track by Chuck Uponce. That is out number 2. The 1-0 here to Uncle Chivas, batting .238. That one misses a bit inside. Here comes the 2-0. Right on the outside corner for a strike. The 2-1 here to Chivas, misses just a bit outside with that cutter. Gonna go for the curveball on the 3-1. We'll see what Chivas does. He takes it. Here comes the payoff pitch. Another curve. Missed with the location. Drilled towards Uponce. A diving effort to cut it off. A 2-out single there for the Crazies. So a runner on first now for Flip Chubson Bubson. Batting .304 so far on the season before throwing a pitch there. Weeb checks the runner at first. Gets back safely. First pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. Staying with the cutter is Weeb to get into the 0-2. And here comes the pitch, just a bit outside. Weaver not pulling the trigger on that one with Flip Chubson Bubson. Another check on the runner, not going. A lot of speed there on first, so pretty wise of Weeb to make sure that runner doesn't take off. Even up the count at 2-2. That one misses just a bit outside, so Flip Chubson Bubson with some patience. And hits that cutter to center with the runner going. Gonna try for 3. The throw at third in time. Gunned him down at third. What a throw there from the center fielder. weaver4prez making some 2-out action with back-to-back hits. But a perfect throw there from the center fielder to get the out on the runner, who is taking on the full count pitch with 2 outs. Just unable to beat out the throw. A good throw there from the center fielder. The 0-2 here from Freely in the top of the third. Misses just a bit outside. A good check swing there from the right fielder. Another check swing. Evens up the count at 2-2. Patience from both of these batters is paying off in spades as that 2-2 is ripped towards the gap. Weeks is able to cut it off. But a lead-off single. Here come the Pine Sox. Pitcher spot to bat. Onus Weeb batting a remarkable .308 on this season for the pitcher. 4 ribbies on the year for him as well. 30 pitches thrown here by Mimiyoshi in the top of the third. The 2-0 in there for a strike. And try to do something here against the pitcher. The 2-1, he shows bunt. And the bunt goes foul. See if he tries to repeat that with the Jam Paladin special. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Got him with that low changeup in the dirt. Good pitch there from Mimiyoshi to get the pitcher to strike out. Lineup turns over here for Chuck Uponce. A runner on first and 1 out. Top of the third. Score still tied at nothing apiece as the 1-0 is ripped past the diving, or I should say leaping glove of the shortstop. This will put runners at first and second with 1 out for the Pine Sox. And Amanda Hugginkiss gets that power versus lefties boost. First pitch misses just a bit outside. The 1-0 to Amanda is belted to deep center field. And a bit of an error there from Cooper. She overruns the ball. It bounces in front of her, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out. A bit of a defensive miscue there by the Crazies. And we'll have to see if Dwyenne is able to capitalize on this situation now with the bases loaded, a ton of speed. And only 1 out here for the number 3 batter, Junior Dong. Oh, a big check swing there on the breaking ball. Clips the outside corner. Goes after that one. Grounded to Bubson. The throw to second in time. On to first. Weaver turns the double play. And the Crazies get out of the jam. A big defensive mistake by Cooper in center field is mitigated by the double play as Weaver chases the first pitch there. It was, I say chase, but that was well in the zone. Belts it to deep center field, but with that Shaka outfield, barely reaches the warning track and is caught for out number 1. Lineup turns over here, and if I'm not mistaken, that was the pitcher batting, unless Weaver has the pitcher in the 8th spot. I'm not 100% sure on that, but still a very mighty swing, just nothing to show for it. The 2-1 is ripped, another mighty swing there, but right at Uponce in center, 2 away. Here comes Connie Cooper, hopefully not shaken after that mistake in center field. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. The inside cutter swung on, and that is looped into center field. A little bit of a lazy liner through the infield. Nobody was able to catch up with it, and Cooper is aboard with a 2-out single. If I'm not mistaken, that was Mojo up for Cooper despite making that mistake in center field. Strike in there on the lower outside part of the plate. Gonna check the runner there with the pitch out. Does Weeb. Gonna go for the changeup on the outside part of the plate. Another trying for another lazy looper up the middle, and it works. The throw to first, not in time. So a couple of infield singles, first and second now for Barles Charkley. 4 homers on the season, as that one is ripped towards the gap in left field. That'll score at least one. Can Cervezas cut it off? No! It'll score 2, an RBI double with 2 outs for the Crazies. They strike first here in game number 1. A 2 RBI double for Barles Charkley. This brings up Chibanchi Dankmeli. Runner on second here with 2 outs. Some 2-out magic here for the Crazies. That one dribbled just foul. A remarkable effort there by Dong, trying to catch it before it hits the ground, unsuccessful. The 0-2. Defending the plate there was a good pitch by Weeb. Grounds towards Hug and Kiss. The throw to first in time. That will end the inning. But the Crazies have a 2-0 lead here as we head to the top of the 4th. 4, 5, 6 batters due up for the Pine Sox as they face down against Mimiyoshi. They've gotten some hits against Mimiyoshi. I believe that said 5 hits so far for the Pine Sox. But they have not been able to score yet. A big swing and a miss there from Bopper. The 0-2 to Oshie. Swung on and missed. A good location there on that heater from Oshie to get the swinging strikeout. That bumps the starter up to a locked-in Mojo. First pitch swinging there. Lined right into the glove of Gannon Weeks in left field. This brings up Linguini. First pitch, the curveball on the outside part of the plate called strike. The 0-1 misses just a bit low. 1-1 here to Linguini. That misses low as well. The 2-1 swung on weakly line towards Chivas. Picks it up, throws it to first. A 1-2-3 inning from Mimiyoshi. 6, 7, 8 batters due up for the Crazies here in the bottom of the 4th, looking to extend their 2-0 lead. Weeb is tense, and that one is crushed. Deep left field, and that baby is gone. 400 feet even off of the bat of Simon Bombaklat for a big solo shot here in Shaka. Extends the Crazies' lead to 3-0. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Onus Weeb with 55 pitches thrown. The 55th pitch is a strike, brings the count to 0-2, misses just a bit outside. Here against Uncle Chivas, the 1-2. That's going to be a weak blooper into left field. Cervezas picks it up, throws it back into the infield. That's a single for the Crazies. Flip Chubson Bubson up to bat. Nobody out here, and the Crazies looking to fulfill that brief... As that one was grounded to Linguini, going to try for 2. The throw to second in time will not have enough time to get the out at first. But the Crazies trying to fulfill that prophecy of home field advantage, looking to take game 1 at home. And I'm sure the Pine Sox would be very keen to get back into this one and also win game number 2 at home. A very good, well-timed steal there from the Crazies. Not a lot of speed there, but knowing that low velo from Weeb, Hug and Kiss with an amazing dive, keeps that one from getting up the middle. The throw to first in time for out number 2, an amazing defensive effort. The runner from second advances to third with 2 outs. It'll be up to Gannon Weeks to try and bring them home. The 1-0 misses inside. Here comes the 2-0. Curveball on the inside part of the plate called strike on the 77 miles per hour. That one misses inside. Here comes the 3-1. The curveball taken just a bit outside. Gannon Weeks is aboard with a walk. So now first and third, runners at the corners. Here comes Connie Cooper, who is locked in at the plate. First pitch is in there for a strike. Good changeup on the outside part of the plate. Fastball misses. Here comes the cutter inside. Misses low. The 2-1 trying to find that lower part of the strike zone. Ump isn't giving it to him. The 3-1 curveball is swung on. A bit of a mistimed swing there. Junior Dong is going to go under it. Foul territory. No, in fair territory. Makes the catch for out number 3. But a big solo shot there from Simon Bombaklat sends us to the top of the 5th. The Crazies up 3-0 here at home. Outfield goes shallow here against Cervasis, who goes for a bunt attempt. Bunts it foul into the catcher's mitt. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Got her fishing with the low changeup in the dirt. This brings up IP Freely, trying to get his Pine Sox on the scoreboard. They trail 3-0 here in the 5th inning. First pitch is grounded to Bubson. That won't do it. The throw to first in time for out number 2. Here comes Onus Weeb, who might be done for the day at 72 pitches thrown here in the top of the 5th. And it will be the day for him as Reed Ryder comes in to pinch hit, looking for his first hit of the season. Bit of a fake bunt show there from Dwyenne. Rips at that one. 98 power. Good timing. Just got under it. Plenty of time there for Weeks to settle under it. Makes the catch in left field for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the order will be due up next inning for the Pine Sox. But for here, 3, 4, 5 batters due up for the Crazies. And Qadir Dong gets the call from the bullpen to face the meat of this Crazies lineup. Good velo, low junk, and accuracy here for Dong. First pitch is in there for a strike. The 0-1 chased it. Weakly lifted towards Linguini in shallow right. She makes the catch. One out here for Barles Charkley up against Dong. Swings at the first pitch, drives it foul back into the netting. Here's the 0-1 to Barkley in there for a strike. Four-seamer cutter, changeup curve in the arsenal here for Dong. The 1-2. Swung on, protecting the plate. Into the glove of Linguini there at second base. So 2 outs, some more action there for Linguini. First pitch to Dank Melly misses a bit low. That one finds the inside corner, strike 1. The 1-1 is grounded up the middle. Linguini tries to make a dive to cut it off, is unable. Even if she was able to come up with it, I think it was such a slow roller. The runner at first would have been safe either way. So 2 outs, a runner on first for Simon Bombaclat, who has 1 homer on the day. Chases the first pitch, lifts it to right field freely underneath it, makes the catch for out number 3. We head to the top of the 6th. 5 hits so far for the Pine Sox, but no runs to speak of. They trail by 3. Let's see what they can do with the top of their lineup up against a locked-in Mimiyoshi. 55 pitches thrown for the lefty starter. First pitch misses inside. The 5-pitch arsenal working well for Oshie. That curveball misses just a bit outside. The 2-0 to Uponce misses inside. Oshie's starting to have a bit of trouble on the mound. Uponce takes that one all the way in there for a strike. The 3-1. Chases that one inside. Was ball 4 instead. A ground out to Bubson. That's out number 1. Brings up Amanda Hug and Kiss. Power versus lefties active against Oshie. She's 1 for 2 with a single so far on the day. First pitch there for a strike. The 0-1 fastball low and away. Here comes the 1-1. In there for a strike on the inside corner. Staying with that heater. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Got her chasing the high heat. Good work there from Oshie. 2 outs, nobody on up against this top of the Pine Sox order. We'll see how much longer the lefty starter lasts. First pitch swinging. Grounded towards Chivas on the breaking ball. The throw to first in time. Out number 3. The top of the Pine Sox go down in order. And now it's the bottom of the order due up here for the Crazies. First pitch swinging there, I believe, was Uncle Chivas. Lined right into the glove of the right fielder, out number 1. This brings up Flib Chubson Bubson, batting in the 8-hole. The 1-0 is swung on weakly towards Hugginkiss. Doesn't have to move much at all. Right into her glove, out number 2. Mimiyoshi locked in, staying in the game. Swings at the first pitch and misses. That one taken a bit outside. The 1-1 on that inside changeup swung on, grounded towards Linguini, who's had a lot of action this game. Tosses it to first for out number 3. We head to the top of the 7th. Pine Sox back up to bat. Hopper to lead things off. 0 for 2 on the day, batting only .238 so far this season. We'll see what she can do against Mimiyoshi, who is absolutely locked in, sitting at a 1.0 whip. Gets ahead in the count here, 0-2 against Bopper. Those stats starting to come down a bit more as that pitch count keeps on rising. The 69th pitch from Oshie misses a bit low. That's nice for Bopper to even up the count at 2-2, but swung on and missed on the pitch outside of the plate. The strikeout will be out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. The Pine Sox bats having trouble waking up here in Shaka Sports Turf, the Crazies home. The 1-1 is ripped toward right field. Manga able to get back and make the catch for out number 2. This brings up Linguini, who's been having a good game defensively. We'll see what she can do here at the plate against Oshi, sitting below a 2.0 ERA and now on fire. That one left right down the middle, but contact swinging was Linguini again, just getting a little bit underneath it. Dies in front of the warning track into the glove of Connie Cooper. 7th inning stretch here at Shaka Sports Turf. Top of the lineup due here for the Crazies, looking to extend their 3-0 lead. Gannon Weeks faces off against a locked-in Kadir Dong. That one low and inside, called a strike. This one left over the plate is ripped up the middle. That's a base hit for the Crazies to lead things off. Runner on first, nobody out here for the Crazies. Connie Cooper looking to keep this, make that a rally starter. 4-pitch arsenal here for Dong. The changeup misses a bit high, goes back to the heater. Misses a bit high as well. Cooper a bit patient at the plate here with that 3.11 average. Low and outside, gets the call. That's strike 1. A perfectly timed steal there from the Crazies gives them second. So runner in scoring position with a 3-1 count. Gets underneath that curveball. More action for Linguini. Gets under it, makes the catch for out number 1 in very shallow center field. 1 out, a runner on second here for Boozy Manga. Breaking ball at the top of the zone for a strike. The 0-1. Grounded towards Hug and Kiss. We'll see if they try to get the out at third. They do. Looks him back to second. Everyone's going to be safe. So they do not get the out at first, but they keep the runner at second from advancing to third. First and second with 1 out here for Barles Charkley batting clean up. We'll see if this pays off for Dong. That one is ripped, but foul down the first base line. The 1-1 curveball outside. Just misses high. The 2-1 goes back with that curveball. It's lined right into the glove of Linguini, but the runners were taking off. The throw to second in time to double him up. A heads-up play there by Linguini, who has been the star of this Pine Sox team defensively. And perhaps could be a wake-up call for the Pine Sox. We'll see if this triggers a momentum shift for the bottom of their order. Anita Cervezas steps up. The 0-1. Inside a bit, Weaver was playing shallow, plenty of time for the center fielder, Connie Cooper, to get underneath that one, make the catch. That's out number 1. Brings up Freely. 1 for 2 with a single. Favors the outside pitch. Mimiyoshi goes inside for a strike with that curveball. The 0-1 inside as well, but Freely didn't miss that one. Rips it up the middle for a 1-out single. Cooper fires it back in. Kadir Dong up to bat. He's locked in at the plate, which gives him a slight boost, especially for this righty-on-lefty matchup, but we'll see. Yep, Kadir will be out, and Major Dong will come in for Kadir. So the Pine Sox will have to find somebody else to go to in terms of their bullpen for the bottom of the 8th, but until that happens, a good steal there, or a good jump there from the Pine Sox, just in there. The throw a bit late, so a stolen base for Freely. The 2-2 here to Dong is taken high. Full count here for Major Dong against Mimiyoshi. The payoff pitch swung on and missed, perfectly located on the outside part of the plate with the 97-mile-per-hour fastball. This brings up Ponce with a runner on second and 2 outs. First pitch misses a bit inside. Ponce also favoring that outside pitch. Joes that one inside, but Barles Charkley climbs the ladder at first base to make the catch and end that inning. So the Pine Sox threaten, but they do not score. And now Smogdal Gustav steps in to pitch, trying to hold this game where it is and give the Pine Sox a chance to come back in the top of the 9th. Dink Melly to lead things off here for the Crazies. Submarine delivery. Swung on into the glove of Freely in right field, out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out there for Gustav. Low velo, good junk, low accuracy for the cutter curveball pitcher. So not a lot of speed on these pitches at all. We'll see if this messes up Weaver at all, but Simon Bombaclat rips that one into the gap in left field. That's extra bases, a 1-out double for the Crazies. Throw a bit offline to third, but the runner will hold at second. Brings up Uncle Chivas, 2 for 3 with 2 singles on the day. Curveball is ripped into the glove of Linguini. Runner taking off for the Crazies again. A simple toss to second to double them up. Again, the possibility here for the Pine Sox. If this is a momentum shift, they need it now. They trail by 3 runs here in the top of the 9th as the Crazies look to shut things down. It looks like the defensive substitution there for the Crazies, who are looking to shut things down and walk away from game number 1 here with a win. Some defensive substitutions. First pitch ripped towards the gap in left field, but time for Gannon Weeks to get there. Makes the catch at the shoelaces, stopped a bit in front of the ball. Was still able to make that catch. 1 away here in the top of the 9th. Junior Dong swings at that one to deep right field. Off of the wall, just couldn't clear it. That high wall in right field, that deep high wall in right field, keeps what would have been a home run in any other park from leaving the yard, but still gives Weaver a big enough scare to pull Mimeyoshi. Her day is done. No complete game shutout there. With 1 out and a runner, she's responsible for the runner at second, but in comes John Gabbana, an all-star reliever for the Crazies with a 0.25 ERA, but that runner at second will score, will be charged to Mimeyoshi on the bloop single to center field. Good placement there on the reticle from Dwyenne, and just like that, the tying run is up to the plate in the form of Hugh Jazz. Another Dong is on first to pinch run. First pitch swinging, however, grounded to Nornsby. The throw to second in time, on to first, the double play, and that's the ball game. The Pine Sox threaten big at the end there, but Weaver hunkers down. The Crazies take game number 1 here at Shaka Sports Turf, winning game 1 at home. 3-1 is the final for game number 1. We'll be going into game number 2 shortly at Bengada Bowl, where the Pine Sox will be hosting up against the Crazies. In all honesty, that was a really well-played game by both of these players. They know what makes each other tick. It went by pretty fast. Some good pitching on both sides. It just happened to be the Crazies who struck early, and that was the difference maker. Able to hold on to that 3-1 lead. Mimeyoshi, a good outing there for the Crazies. 8 1/3 innings pitched, and able to get the win despite having that runner on second. Allowing them to score was John Gabbana. That run will be charged to Mimeyoshi, but still a good win there for the starter. A good job from John Gabbana to shut it down, induce that ground out double play to end the inning and the game. As a result of that, the Pine Sox fall now to 11-16. The Crazies up to 15-12. Crazies almost certainly a postseason lock now at this point. The Pine Sox for sure would want to manifest that home victory, get that split, and increase their postseason odds. We got game 2 of this match of the week XBL series between the Crazies and the Pine Sox, the Broadcaster Bowl, coming at you in just a few moments. Stay with us. Number 2 of this XBL match of the week. Once again, I am Flurabel, your play-by-play commentator for tonight's events. weaver4prez versus Dwyenne in the Broadcaster Bowl, heading to the Bengada Bowl. The Pine Sox home team looking to get that big, all-important split here for game number 2. To increase the Pine Sox odds of reaching that postseason. Right now, they're sitting at 11 wins, just a few wins outside of that probable postseason threshold, looking to be among the top 12 teams in this 18-player league to reach the postseason. First pitch of the game from Seymour Butts is swung on and lifted towards right field. Yupon's taking an interesting route, is able to catch up with it. Makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's how this ball game gets started. Butts with the 5-pitch arsenal. Good velo, low junk, low accuracy. A bit of a different pitcher than Onus Weeb, who started game 1. The changeup inside is swung on and fouled. The 1-1 here to Connie Cooper. This is just a bit low and outside. Here comes the 2-1. That one on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Evens up the count. The 2-2 staying with that heater. Cooper still is a statue. Brings the count full. The payoff pitch. Fastball finds the outside part of the plate. Strike 3. Ringer up. A perfectly placed fastball right there to freeze Connie Cooper. Gets the call for out number 2. First pitch there gets a call for strike 1. There's strike number 2 on the off speed. The 0-2 taken all the way, and that's strike 3 called on the inside corner. So a couple of strikeouts there to start things off for the Pine Sox. And now their 1-2-3 batters take on Hombre de los Rojos, a tribute to a good friend of the community, Reds Man. First pitch from Reds Man, however, is lined into center field for a base hit, just what the Pine Sox want to see. After struggling to score any runs and really produce any meaningful rallies in game number 1, they're starting off big with a first pitch single here in the bottom of the first inning, game number 2 of this match of the week. Hug and kiss at the plate with a lot of speed on first. Pitch from Rojos is just a bit outside. The 2-0 is swung on and lifted into foul territory. Definitely playable here for the catcher. Dank Melly makes the grab for out number 1. This brings up Junior Dong, a runner on first with plenty of speed. 1 out here in the bottom of the first, tie ball game. First pitch inside, misses. Here comes the second pitch from De Los Rojos, right to the glove of Charkley, and throws it to second with the runner taking off. If Charkley simply steps on the bag at first, that's a double play, and that's the inning. Instead, it continues, but no harm done. First pitch swinging there, grounded to Charkley again. This time, she does step on the bag to get the, I almost said Beavers, to get the Crazies out of the first inning. We head to the top of the second. 0-0 here. In the start of game number 2, Pine Sox looking for a split, Crazies looking for a sweep. The 2-0, the low changeup is grounded, gets past the pitcher, but plenty of time for Hugginkiss to make a good throw at first. Out number 1, so a pair of strikeouts and 2 outs brings a pair of strikeouts, a ground out, and a fly out brings Seymour Butts up to locked in. First pitch swinging there, grounded to Hugginkiss, picks it up, throws it to first, and that is out number 2. Simon Bombaclat at the plate. Contact versus lefties is active against Seymour Butts. First pitch misses just a bit outside. The 1-0 here from the locked-in Butts finds that strike zone on the outside part of the plate. The 1-1 lifted weakly just past the infield. Linguini gets under it, makes the catch. That is out number 3. Bottom of the second, 5-6 batters due up here against Hombre de los Rojos, who only has thrown 7 pitches this inning. A lot of stuff, a lot of action happening for the Pine Sox, both on offense and on defense in that first inning, and yet only 7 pitches thrown so far by the starter here for the Crazies. Low velo, decent junk, and low accuracy for the 5-pitch Arsenal pitcher here for the Crazies. A 2.65 ERA. That one down the middle. Hugh Jazz couldn't catch up with it. The 1-2 finds the inside corner. Strike 3 called. Got him staring at that heater. What a pitch there from De Los Rojos. This brings up Linguini with 1 out and nobody on. Bottom of the second here. Scoreless between these two teams, both looking to be in the playoffs this season. The 2-0 is swung on and lifted into foul territory down the first base line. Barros Charkley makes the catch there for out number 2. 2 outs and nobody on here for Anita Cervezas. Low power, low contact, but a ton of speed. She'll be able to get on first base, no problem. With that weak one ripped up the middle for a 2-out single. This brings up the number 8 batter, IP Freely. 273 average. Almost hit a home run in game number 1. Instead, right there on the inside pitch, swings on the first pitch, grounds it to Bubson to flip to first in time. That'll end the inning. Top of the third, Chivas, Bubson, and De Los Rojos, the pitcher, due up here against Butts. He's thrown 17 pitches so far here in the top of the third. Locked in, swing and a miss. Yo, 1 bit high, and Chivas does not bite. Here comes the 1-1, just a bit off the plate. 2-1 sticking with the fastball, swung on and missed. The 2-2. Swung at the low changeup, bounces fair right in front of home plate. Jazz, plenty of time to throw it to first. That is out number 1. Up steps Flip Chubson Bubson. 1 home run on the season. Gets into a good count here, 2-0. Slider over the plate is ripped into the gap in left field. Will Upons be able to cut it off? He will. That'll hold Bubson to a single. Here with 1 out, brings up the pitcher De Los Rojos. We'll see what he's able to do here. The pitcher batting 100 so far on this season. Corners in are the infield. Outfield staying at normal, not bringing the outfield in here against the low contact, low power hitter, which is the pitcher. Dong is able to make an amazing play at third. It looked like it was grounded to him, but they call it out as if he caught the ball before it hit the ground. First pitch changeup called a strike, but the runner was taking off a stolen base. Perfectly timed there by Weaver. Bebopper with an amazing dive. The toss to Butts. He's able to handle it there at first. That is out number 3. A lot of action going on in those final 3 at-bats of that inning. But all the same, the Crazies threaten, but they do not score. 9-1-2 due up here for the Pine Sox. First pitch just a bit outside. Here at Bengata Bowl, that one cuts back inside over the plate. For a strike, the 1-1 goes with that cutter again. That time Butts was swinging, but unable to catch up with it. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Got him chasing the fastball up and out of the zone. Turns the lineup over here for the Pine Sox, however. First, nobody on. 1 out. First pitch, a nasty strike right there, high and inside. Finds that location again. De Los Rojos is locked in. The 0-2. Misses just a bit outside there with the changeup. Upons weaver4prez is active. Swings that one outside of the zone, but it's going to find grass there in shallow left field. A good single there by the Pine Sox offense. Brings up Hug and Kiss with a lot of speed at first. 1 out here. De Los Rojos no longer locked in. Going to try to induce a double play here to get the Crazies out of this jam. Instead, that one is belted to deep left field. It's going to die, however. Weeks is able to track it in front of the warning track, makes the catch there for out number 2. Off the bat, that looked like it had the chance to leave the yard, but perhaps the cold air here in the Bengata Bowl keeps that one in. Runner takes off, mistimed there, and that'll end the inning. The pick off is completed. Sharpley makes the tag to end the inning. We head to the top of the 4th, 2-3-4. The meat of this Crazies lineup will be batting this inning against Butts. Connie Cooper. First pitch is a curveball taken on the outside corner for a strike. Butts is locked in. Gets a nice pitch there for a strike. The 0-2. Over the plate. Weaver wasn't expecting it. Just too late to catch up with it. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Swing and a miss there, high and inside with the heat. Butts is sticking with it, and that's another called strike on the higher part of the plate. Changeup misses low and away. Wild changeup. This could go anywhere, and it is outside. Manga takes it. The 2-2 to Boozy, and it swung on. Weak contact towards Freely in right field. Gets under it, makes the catch there for out number 2. Here comes Barles Charkley with 2 outs and nobody on. Curveball in there for a strike. Dwyenne finding his location here in game number 2. The Crazies held to just 1 hit, I believe, so far here in the 4th inning. That one misses wildly, forces Charkley off the plate. Or I should say out of the batter's box. Fastball misses low. The 2-2 swung on and missed on the outside part of the plate. Just too fast for Barles Charkley to handle. 1-2-3 go, the 2-3-4 batters. And now the 3-4-5 is due up for the Pine Sox here in the bottom of the 4th. Still 0-0. Junior Dong faces off against the locked-in De Los Rojos. First pitch, the cutter finds the outside part of the plate for a strike. Goes the opposite way that time with the screwball. This should find grass in foul territory. Finds dirt in foul territory instead. The 0-2 here to Dong, just a bit high. He takes it. 30th pitch of the game for De Los Rojos is also high. Dong watches it go by. Bit of a bat wave there on the 2-2. Swings at that one in the zone. Just couldn't get the reticle where he needed it. Lifted to left field. Gannon Weeks gets under it for out number 1. Brings up Bebopper, the cleanup batter. Still struggling a bit this season with a 234 average, but 2 homers to her name. I'm sure the Pine Sox and Pine Sox fans would love to see her make it 3. Swings at that one, but they'll take that. Oh, a diving effort from Gannon Weeks in left field, but he isn't able to come up with it. I think even if he does come up with the ball, it bounces before it gets to him. A one-out single there for Bebopper. Brings up Jazz. Not a lot of speed on first. Won't expect a steal here, but with the Pine Sox, they're a tricky team. Gotta expect everything. The 2-0 fastball in there for a strike. The 2-1 from De Los Rojos hangs over the plate. That one's belted towards right, and the right fielder isn't able to read it properly. Gets by Manga. This will put runners at second and third. The throw to third will not be in time. A big break there for the Pine Sox. Boozy Manga just couldn't catch up to the well-belted ball in right field. So now 1 out and nobody on. You got to imagine De Los Rojos has to walk Linguini here, but that one is just too close to the plate. Linguini pops it into right field. 1 run will score. The runner at third will hold. A big RBI single there for Linguini. A heads-up play by Dwyenne, catching up with that pitch just a bit outside of the zone, but enough that he could do something with it should he get lumber on it, and that's exactly what he did. The 1-1 here to Cervezas with runners at the corners and 1 out. Pine Sox looking to keep this rally going. A well-timed steal, and that'll take away the double play. Second and third now with 1 out for Cervezas. That one in the dirt. We'll see what happens here on the payoff pitch. Fastball nowhere close. Weaver not going to make the same mistake twice, not risking to give Cervezas anything to swing at there. This will load the bases for the very dangerous Freely. That one misses a bit inside. Bases are loaded here for the Pine Sox. That one is ripped over the plate for the leaping glove of the second baseman. Bases will stay loaded, but a run comes in to score. Another RBI single for the Pine Sox. Makes it 2-0. Butts is up to bat. The triple steal, and that will go as a hit and run. The bases stay loaded again. Another RBI single for the Pine Sox. The small ball rally continues here for this very dangerous Pine Sox team, and this is the end of the road for Hombre De Los Rojos. After 3 1/3 innings pitched, responsible for 3 runners aboard, and the 3 runs scored. We'll see what John Proley here can do with the high velo. He gets a 3-pitch strikeout. Very important there for the Crazies to try and mitigate the damage here dealt by the Pine Sox. First pitch, the changeup hangs over the plate. Hug and Kiss watches it go by. The 0-1 misses a bit inside. This change from low velo De Los Rojos to the high velo of Prawley. That's a bit too much for Dwyenne to handle at the moment. The 1-2 is in there for a strike. Or, sorry, the 1-1 was there for a strike, and now the count is evened up at 2 apiece. Changeup misses just a bit low. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Runners were taking off. But Hug and Kiss just unable to catch up with the heat down the middle. Strike 3 swinging, but still a big inning there for the Pine Sox. The small ball rally gets it done. Puts up a big 3 on the board for South Jersey. First pitch there is grounded towards Dong. The throw to first in time for out number 1. The Crazies struggling to get something consistent getting together against the Pine Sox pitching, both in Game 1 and here in Game 2. And Dwyenne just perfect on these corners so far. The 0-2 misses a bit high. Getting ahead in the count is really paying off in spades, but Bombaclat a little bit patient here at the plate. We'll see what happens here on the 2-2. Misses a bit outside with the curveball. The payoff pitch a bit low, and Bombaclat with the good patience takes the pitch, extends the at-bat after being down 0-2 to get aboard with a walk. The curveball on the outside part of the plate against Chivas in there for a strike. Fastball misses low and away. Seymour Butts trying to figure out what to do in this 1-1. That one is ripped towards right field. Freely gets back to make the catch for out number 2. Looked good off the bat, but just wasn't able to get down into the gap for the Crazies. Pine Sox take 1 away there. And checking the runner at first, knowing that there is good speed there in the Weaver's previous history in stealing. Tells us that's a good move right there by Dwyenne to keep an eye on that runner. The 1-1 just a bit outside. Good location there. Just didn't get the call. The changeup high is belted to deep center field. Does it have the legs? No, it dies right in front of the warning track of deep center field. That Bengata Bowl outfield keeps that one in. Unfortunately for Weaver, that's going to be staying in the park whether he's home or away. Shaka, that is just even further deep to center field. As it stands, the Pine Sox get away in that inning. Weaver was threatening with the swings, but unable to produce a run. 3-4-5 bats due up here for the Pine Sox. That one grounded to Bombaclat, throw to first in time. That's out number 1. Up comes Bebopper up against the heated John Prawley, who's been doing work since coming in for relief in that bases loaded situation in the bottom of the 4th. That is a ground out for out number 2. Prawley is now locked in. Those stats only going to increase as a result. The 0-1. Gets him chasing that inside cutter. Shortstop goes back. Chivas makes the grab for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning is just what the Crazies want as their lineup turns over here in the top of the 6th. They have their work cut out for them, however, looking to wake up their bats as they trail by 3. 2 perfect pitches there for Butts. Make it 3. Seymour Butts with a very amazing, just fantastic arsenal there. Those 3 pitches did not miss at all. That inside, or that slider is tapped weakly to the infield for out number 2. Butts is now on fire up against the tense Connie Cooper. That one is roped, but right into the glove of Linguini. A 1-2-3 inning. The Crazies held currently to just 1 hit by Seymour Butts, the starting pitcher of the Pine Sox, who is absolutely doing work here in his home field. Linguini looking to start things off for the Pine Sox to extend their lead. That won't do it. The inside pitch is lifted. More action for Uncle Chivas makes the catch for out number 1. Number 7 batter, Anita Cervasas, the low power, low contact lefty. First pitch, just a bit high. Good patience there. Prawley still locked in, lays down the bunt, gonna try to get aboard with that speed, but it's right back at Prawley. The throw to first in time for out number 2. Dwyenne saying yes indeed, he did bunt. That exclamation point. Freely up to bat with 2 outs and nobody on. Prawley is cruising along against the Pine Sox offense. Gets into a good count here, 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout there from Prawley, who is absolutely mowing down the Pine Sox batters as we head to the top of the 7th. He's doing his job to keep this game where it is for the Crazies, but can their bats get more than just the 1 hit and wake up here in the late game? Seymour Butts looks to make that not happen and gets a big 3-pitch strikeout of his own. This brings up Barles Charkley, 1 out and nobody on. First pitch swinging, that's a little blooper into left field. Cervasas picks it up, throws it back in. A 1-out single there for Barles Charkley brings up Dank Melly, who's 0 for 2 in game number 2. Inside slider misses for a ball. Runner takes off on the curveball. Plenty of time there for Charkley, even with the low speed, to beat out the throw. A risky send there from Weaver, but it pays off. And now Dank Melly is ahead in the count, 3-0. We'll see if he swings. He does not at the curveball down the middle. Fastball right on the corner, swung on and missed. Can Butts keep this where it is? The payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Dank Melly taking all the way, and it was right on the corner.
Number 22.
Runner in scoring position here for the Crazies. 2 outs, 0-1 is the count here to Bombaclat. That one misses just off the plate. Seymour Butts, stats still at where they started because of the on-fire mojo, but that one, deep center field, that won't be held in, and the Crazies get a big 2-run homer to make this a 1-run ball game. Another home run in this series for Simon Bombaclat makes it a 1-run ball game here in the top of the 7th inning. Butts knocked down from on fire to locked in. Up against Uncle Chivas, who rips that curveball up the middle. Bounces off of the infield dirt. Upons has a bit of trouble collecting it in center as a result. But no harm, no foul. The runner holds at first, a single all the way there. Now Flip Chubson Bubson representing the go-ahead run here for the Crazies, looking to make a comeback in the late game. Poncha U-Ticket comes in off of the bench in the bullpen. That one's ripped up the middle towards Upons. He makes the catch for out number 3. Poncha U-Ticket up to bat now in the pitcher's spot. So Seymour Butts with an amazing outing for the first 6 innings. but wasn't able to close the deal. Gives up a 2-run bomb to center field. Now Pancha Uticket is in here looking to start off a rally for the Pine Sox. Instead strikes out looking 100 miles per hour on the lower part of the zone. A good pitch there from Prawley, who's still locked in. And that ERA now down below 0.20 for the lefty reliever. That one's lifted to shallow center field. It's going to be a bit of a run there for Cooper, but she settles under it, makes the catch for out number 2. This brings up Hug and Kiss. 2 outs, nobody on here for the Pine Sox. Check swing, it's low. 1-0, check swing, but that one's on the outside corner for a strike. The 1-1, swing and a miss. We'll see if Hug and Kiss can get outside of this tense mojo. Instead, Dwyenne moves the reticle up, and it's right where the pitch is. He just can't pull the trigger and is struck out looking, and Weaver is considering pulling John Prawley, who has been absolutely carrying the game for the Crazies here in the second half. And that is the day for John Prawley, going to the bench with Bruce Coe in the batter's box. The 1-1 to Coe misses just a bit low on that curveball. Here comes the changeup, low, taken. A hitter's count here. BB Prone activates for Uticket. The 3-1 curveball called a strike. The payoff pitch is a curveball, and it's swung on, but ripped right to Linguini, who picks it up, throws it to first. That's out number 1.
Number 12.
Lineup turns over here for the Crazies, who trail by 1 at the Bengata Bowl. Crazies looking to come back and make a sweep. The Pine Sox looking to hold on for a split. The 2-0 here to Weeks. In there for a strike. Good curve on the inside part of the plate. He's going to go there again. Gets the call again. The 2-2 to Weeks. The screwball is taken. A good take there from Weeks. That funky delivery. Not paying off there, but the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. The curveball throws Weaver. And a huge strikeout looking for Pancha Uticket. 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the 8th. The tense Connie Cooper at the plate. The curveball, weakly tapped, trying to get up the middle. Hug and Kiss cuts it off, throws it to first, and that is out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. John Gabbana gets the call to face the meat of the Pine Sox lineup. First pitch swinging, but right into the glove of Bombaclat. 99 power on the swing. Good placement, just right at him. A big Atom ball to give the Crazies their first out up against the Pine Sox. And now an 0-2 count against Bebopper, with John Gabbana trying to repeat the success that John Prawley had earlier in this game. The 2-2, swung on, weakly tapped. It's called fair, but Charkley with an amazing dive on the foul line. And the toss to first in time for out number 2. What a defensive play there by Charkley at first. That one hangs over the plate and is ripped up the middle. That's a 2-out base hit for the Pine Sox. We'll see if they can get that runner home and extend their 3-2 lead. They're just 3 outs away from walking away with a very big split. Instead, first pitch swinging right into the glove of Bubson. Tall order here for, well, not a tall order. This is where heroes are made. 3, 4, 5 batters are due up for the Crazies, up against the locked-in Pancha Uticket. Looking to hold on to the lead here. The curveball inside called a strike. Goes for the inside cutter. Swung on, weak contact towards Hug and Kiss. Throws it to first. Out number 1. A big first out here in the 9th inning. Charkley up to bat against Uticket. First pitch on the outside part of the plate called a strike.
That's inside.
The inside changeup not called. Goes for the outside curveball. It's belted up towards the middle. Linguini dive isn't able to come up with it. That's a 1-out single. The tying run is aboard at first base. And Dank Melly is at the plate. Weaver going to probably put some speed on the bag, knowing the importance of that run, and he does. Not a ton of speed, mind you, but could be the difference maker in this nail-biter of a game. Swing and a miss on the low cutter. The 0-2 to Dank Melly. Swung on, protecting the plate towards Linguini. She doesn't hop. It's over her head. First and second now, but he's going to try to challenge and go to third. The throw is not in time. Runners at the corners with 1 out now for the locked-in Simon Bombaclat. What do you do if you're Dwyenne? The cutter is the curveball is hung over the plate. Deep left field, Upons collects it. The throw home will not be in time, and the Crazies tie it up in the top of the ninth with 2 outs.
Number 60.
Runner taking off with no speed towards third on the curveball, and they steal third. The go-ahead run is at third base for the Crazies. Smogdal Gustav, the closer, comes in to try and keep this game where it is. Curveball on the outside part of the plate called a strike. The 2-1. Swung on over the head of Dong. Cervezas has to play it. The Crazies take the lead in the top of the ninth with a big rally right where they need it. I cannot believe what I am seeing here. Gustav gets behind in the count here against Bubson. Weakly lifted to right field. Freely under it, makes the catch for out number 3. But the Crazies mount a huge comeback, down 3-0 and held to 1 hit through 6 innings. Are now in the lead 4-3, and it is up to the Pine Sox to try and come back and get a walk-off win against their rivals, the Crazies. Nongchias Nornsby comes in for Bubson as the defensive replacement. First pitch in there for a strike against Cervezas on the outside part of the plate. The 7-8-9 batters due up here for the Pine Sox. Gabbana delivers. Over the plate, swung on and missed. The 1-2. Swung on, weak contact into the glove of Nornsby at short for out number 1. This brings up IP Freely. 1 out and nobody on for the Pine Sox. Had the lead since they took that 3-run lead earlier in the game. The Crazies come back in the top of the ninth to make it a 4-3 ball game. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Got him chasing the high heat. 2 outs, nobody on. Smogdal will likely get pulled here. The last hope for the Pine Sox to try and salvage a split comes with Heidi Ho. Decent power, big contact. We'll see if it pays off here for the Pine Sox. The Crazies looking for a sweep. That one ripped into the gap in left field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Not a ton of speed, but it will be a 2-out double. The tying run is aboard for the Pine Sox at second base. And the winning run is at the plate in the form of Chuck Upons. He is tense. We'll see what the Pine Sox do here. They're leaving Upons in and putting in a pinch runner for Heidi Ho. The first pitch on the outside part of the plate called a strike. 2 outs, runner on second. The 0-1 misses inside. Pine Sox trail by 1 here in the bottom of the ninth inning. The 1-1 misses a bit high with the 100-mile-per-hour heater. Good patience there from Upons. The 2-1 misses low. Big count here for Gabbana. The 3-1. Swing and a miss brings the count full. Whiffer trade activates. The payoff pitch. Swung on towards the first baseman. It's a tough dive. It's going to roll to foul territory. And this ball game is tied.
Now batting, the shortstop, number...
What a tug of war between these two broadcasters here in the XBL Match of the Week Game 2. Neither of these players will be conceding yet. A dive from Chivas. Does he have the play at first? We have free baseball, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to the top of the 10th inning. The Professor will be pitching up against the Catella Crazies. Or will it be Quadir Dong? It will be Dong who gets the call instead of the Professor. The Professor has not made an appearance yet this series.
Number 28.
John Gabbana will be staying in the game despite surrendering the tying run. Swing and a miss. The 1-1 digs for that curveball in the dirt, grounds it towards Linguini. The throw to first in time for out number 1. This is an intense match of the week for the ages, especially here in game number 2. I'm so happy to be here with all of you tonight, broadcasting this one, and I hope you're enjoying this game as well. The 1-0 misses just a bit inside. Gannon Weeks tense, but gets into a good count here against Quadir Dong. The 3-0 taken all the way. That's a strike with the curveball. Gonna try to get that inside call, and he doesn't. Good take there by the batter. Mojo up, no longer tense. And now at first with plenty of speed. We'll see what happens here with Quadir Dong. Runner takes off, and Weaver makes a little tap at it, perhaps knowing he might have been gunned down against that heater. That one misses a bit outside. It was tapped foul. 4-bar pressure now. Runner on first and 1 out for Connie Cooper against Kadir Dong, who's looking to keep this game tied. That one's ripped up the middle. What now with 1 out, first and second here in the top of the 10th inning. The Crazies looking to take the lead right back. Another tense batter up here for the Crazies, and it's Boozy Manga. Against Kadir Dong, the first pitch, curveball in there for a strike. Runners take off a bit too early. Weaver could be in trouble here. Instead, oh, they get third, but they get the tag out at second. So now 2 outs, a runner on third, the go-ahead run for the Crazies. And Boozy Manga, they're gonna try to steal home. Instead, they swing on it, and it's caught in center field by Upons. The speed of that curveball and the timing of that steal, we'll never know if the runner at third would have beaten it out. As it stands, we stay tied. A lot of action there from the bats of the Crazies. And the Pine Sox looking to walk it off. That one's ripped right up the middle on the first pitch. That's a base hit. The winning run is aboard for the Pine Sox, and the Crazies need to figure out how they're going to shut this one down if they want the sweep. The Pine Sox are looking to stay in this playoff picture. They go for the bunt, and it's a beauty. That one's going to get down. Gabbana just enough time to throw it out at first. The winning run now in scoring position. Hugh Jazz with power versus righties. First pitch just a bit outside. Good take there from Jazz. Cutter finds the outside part of the plate. That's a strike. Runner on second, 1 out. The 1-1 misses a bit high. The winning run is at second for the Pine Sox. That one misses outside. We'll see if Weaver walks the 3-1. No, that one's in the zone. The payoff pitch, just a bit high, ends up walking Hugh Jazz. So Jazz at first, a speedy runner at second, representing the win. Linguini at the plate. Gabbana's stats starting to come down marginally. And a well-timed steal there from Dwyenne puts the winning run at third base. Weaver has no choice now but to walk Linguini, which would bring up Anita Cervasas. There goes ball number 4 for the pitch out. The bases are loaded here for the Pine Sox. Cervasas at the plate. Gabbana should be done here. And he isn't. Could this be a mistake in the bullpen of the Crazies? They're staying with Gabbana. First pitch is on the corner for the strike. They're trusting Gabbana. They go with the pitch out, and it pays off in spades. The runners are left behind, and they get the tag out, freezing the runner between home and third as Cervasas tried to bunt in the winning run. The 2-1 is low. Still a high-pressure situation. The 3-1. Swung on, weak contact towards left field, and Weeks is there to make the catch. We play on. The Crazies and the Pine Sox trading nail-biters of scenarios here between their teams, neither player giving an inch. What an amazing decision there from Weaver, not only to leave John Gabbana in, as that one is grounded towards Hug and Kiss, and the throw to first will be out number 1, but to also have the mentality to anticipate the suicide squeeze bunt. That one's lined towards Upons in center. He isn't able to come up with it on the slide. A 1-out single for the Crazies. They have the go-ahead run aboard.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 22.
1 out and a runner on first here for Simon Bombaclat, who is locked in at the plate. Gets ahead in the count, 2-0. Takes a moment to step out. A high-pressure situation for both teams. The curveball on the outside part of the plate. Called a strike. What a pitch. Sticks with the curveball. That time lined right into the glove of Linguini. Catches it before it hits the ground. Runner gets back to first in time. 2 outs. Runner on first. Takes off. Will get into scoring position. Perfectly timed there by Weaver. Anticipating the curveball and is in there safely. So now in scoring position is the go-ahead run for the Crazies. The 2-0 down the middle, taken by Chivas. The 2-1 swings weakly at that curveball. Dong, plenty of time, picks it up, throws it to first, and that is out number 3. 8-9-1 due up here for the Pine Sox against John Gabbana at 43 pitches thrown, who is staying in the game. All it takes is a well-hit ball by the Pine Sox to win this one. Freely behind in the count, 0-2. Stamina in the red now for Gabbana. Weaver risking a ton, leaving this pitcher in. That pitch just a touch high, doesn't get the call for strike 3. Instead, full count. Rips that one towards the gap in center field. Slow roller though, and Cooper's able to cut it off. A leadoff single for Freely. Battles back from down in the count, 0-2. Works the full count and then rips it up the middle. Kadir Dong, his day might be over, which would leave the rest of the game, should this game continue past the 11th, to the Professor for the Pine Sox. Weaver leaves Gabbana in again. 50 pitches thrown for this reliever. Weaver throws one pitch and might have had enough from Gabbana, and that is it. Quentin Success steps in on the mound for the Crazies. Misses that first pitch, the 2-0. In there for a strike. Four-seamer forkball for the closer, Quentin Success. Misses with that one. A 3-1 count here for Fist Slubby, pinch hitting for the pitcher. Big check swing, but gets the outside corner. That's a strike, another full count. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 called, gets the fastball in the low part of the zone. Lineup turns over now for the Pine Sox. Upon's at the plate with one out. Runner takes off. It's hit towards Chivas, who fields it cleanly, grabs it before it hits the ground, throws it back to first with the runner taking off. A double play. We play on to the top of the 12th inning. 8-9-1 due up for the Crazies against the 3-pitch arsenal of the Professor. Four-seamer curveball change and good stats here for this reliever, who will need to do some work here against the Crazies. The 1-2, just a bit inside. Good patience from Nornsby. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up with the 101-mile-per-hour heat from the Professor's four-seamer. Top of the 12th inning, tied at 4 apiece. Quentin Success, swing and a miss there on the 100-mile-per-hour heater. The 1-1 curveball is swung on, good contact. Right at Hug and Kiss, who picks it up and throws it to first. That's out number 2. Lineup turns over here for Gannon Weeks. 2 outs and nobody on. 317 average here for the leadoff man. Swings at that one, but right at I Freely. A 1-2-3 inning for the Professor. And now the 2-3-4 batters are due up against the closer of the Crazies, Quentin Success. Four-seamer forkball, swing and a miss against Amanda Hugginkiss, who is tense, but gets that power versus lefties boost. Swings at that one outside of the zone, into the glove of Uncle Chivas. Out number 1. Junior Dong is 1 for 5 in game number 2. Swings at that pitch on the high and outside part. Weaver nailing his locations with Quentin Success. That's a first pitch ground out for out number 2. This brings up the very dangerous Beatrice Bebopper, who could end this all with her 3rd home run of the season. The 1-0 to Bopper is swung on, weak contact towards right field. Manga gets underneath it, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. We head now to the top of the 13th. Connie Cooper to lead things off, swings at the first pitch, lifts it to shallow left field. Hugginkiss calls off the left fielder, makes the catch, running back, getting a nice little tour of a scenic area she's not too familiar with. 1 out and nobody on here for Boozy Manga, who is tense. Takes that pitch high. The 1-1 from the Professor, perfect location from the curveball, and it is indeed a strike taken. The 1-2 high and outside changeup not offered at. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. 100-mile-per-hour with the heat on the high inside corner. Strikeout for out number 2. Still nobody aboard here. Stub Donkey is at the plate, 0 for 1 so far in this season. That one in there for a strike. The 2-1 to Donkey. Low and away, swung on and missed. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, another swinging strikeout. The Professor is dealing against the Crazies. Here come the 5, 6, 7 batters of the Pine Sox, looking to walk it off and give the Pine Sox a much-needed split here in the match of the week. Jazz gets ahead in the count 2-0 against Quentin Success, who's having a bit of trouble finding the plate here with 14 pitches thrown. The 3-0. Check swing. He thought about swinging there. Right on the corner. 3-1 count. Swung on towards the gap in left field. That's going to get down. That'll be extra bases for Jazz. Cooper picks it up and fires it back into the infield. A lead-off double for the Pine Sox. They are a base hit away from walking this one off and walking away from the match of the week with a big split against the Catella Crazies.
Number 00.
Bit of a defensive, a bit of a substitution there for the Pine Sox.
Nope, high.
And now Linguini ahead of the count against Quentin Success. 3-0 is the count.
Ball for.
And Quentin Success pitches around Linguini. A 4-pitch walk, now first and second, up against Anita Cervezas, who might lay down one of her patented high-speed bunts. First pitch taken for a strike. We'll see what happens here. Goes for the pitch out, does Weaver, anticipating such an event. The 1-1 goes a bit high. The 2-1 from Success. Defending the plate was Cervezas. Weakly lifted to shallow center field. Nornsby ranges back, makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Freely, 2 for 5 with 2 singles and an RBI on the night here in game number 2. The first pitch down the middle for a strike. Winning run is at second base. The runners take off on the double seal, but it's a high fastball. But Weaver throws to second instead of third, and everyone is safe. A mistake there on defense by the Crazies. He had the right idea, just threw to the wrong bag, and ends up having to walk freely to get to the professor, who has saved the game for the Pine Sox on the mound. Can he do it here at the plate? 1 out. Bases loaded. First pitch misses inside by Quentin Success. The 1-0 misses a bit low and away. Professor ahead in the count 2-0. That one finds the zone for a strike. The 2-1 from Success. In there for a strike on the lower part of the plate. That one misses high. The payoff pitch from Success. Swung on and belted towards center field. Cooper has to range back. She throws it towards home. The play at the plate is not in time. And the Pine Sox have walked it off in the 14th inning. Sorry, I got so excited. The 13th inning. Unlucky 13 for the Crazies, but the Pine Sox mount a heroic effort after giving up the lead in the top of the 9th to the Catella Crazies. They are able to hunker down, tie it up in the bottom of the 9th, force the game to go another 4 innings to the 13th, wearing down the bullpen of the Crazies, and getting a game-winning sac fly with their relief pitcher. That, ladies and gentlemen, is baseball. What an absolute outing from both of these two teams, putting on an absolute show here on tonight's match of the week. With that outcome, the Crazies move to 15-13. The Pine Sox now up to 12-16, biting that postseason berth. It hasn't been locked yet, but the Pine Sox definitely know that it is a good chance that they will once again be in the playoffs here in Season 10. There's just a couple weeks left of XBL action left here in Season 10, so if you haven't been getting your games in, go ahead and get those in. We don't want to see a bunch of games being played right at the last minute. We want to avoid that if at all possible. So if you are behind on your games, try and get those played. Help out others who haven't reached all of their minimums as well. AAA and XBL postseasons are just around the corner, so we hope you stay here for that in the coming weeks. But like we said, that's not for another few weeks from now. Next week and the week after, we still have more match of the week action coming at you here right on this channel. So if you liked tonight's broadcast and you want to hear more than just my voice, we have Weaver and Dwyenne, who are absolutely amazing. They casted the AAA match of the week earlier today. We hope that you can join us for that. Make sure you click that follow button to know when we go live. Also, if you would like to join our Discord, the link for that is in the description, as well as the perfect meeting place for players and fans of the XBL and Super Mega Baseball 3. From all of us here at the XBL, I want to thank you all so much for watching tonight's broadcast. It has been an absolute pleasure broadcasting this for you. I've been Flurabell, your play-by-play announcer. Thank you to Dwyenne for producing, not only playing and winning game number 2 of this series, but for producing both the AAA and XBL series. Thank you so much. And thank you once again to all of you for watching tonight's broadcast. From all of us here at the XBL, have a wonderful night and stay safe and healthy out there. Goodbye for now.